Good morning, guys. Welcome to Thermomix Adventures. Lisa here. Hey, look, we are kicking off a brand new series today. Now, every month, 6 weeks or so, I put together a series for you guys to help inspire you and hopefully give you ideas of what else you can do in your Thermomix. You know, sometimes we get stuck in a rut and we make the same things on replay over and over again, and then we get bored. And so this is hopefully going to give you some different ideas of what you can do. I've also themed this series around using a barbecue smoker. Now, if you don't have one, it does not make this series redundant for you because they're actually all cookie dough recipes. So fundamentally, they're designed to be made in your Thermomix and put in an oven. Some of them are on a barbecue, okay? Some are from our barbecue cookbook, some are from overseas barbecue cookbooks, not many of them though. So fundamentally, even if you don't have a smoker, these are still for you, okay? So hopefully there's some skills and hints and tips. I'm going to tell those of you who do have that, a smoker of some form, how we then use this Thermomix recipe, how I combine the two and use it in the smoker, okay? So come with me today. We're going to make an awesome spice mix to start off with. I'm going to tell you what I'll use this for. By the way, do engage in some way, like, follow, share, comment, because that tells Facebook or YouTube, if you're watching replays tonight, that you are wanting more of these videos. If you don't engage, guess what? They take them off your newsfeed. So the other thing as well is, if you're wondering what does this look like at the end, okay, now today's a spice rub. It's not going to be that exciting. However, I will show you what we're using it on at the end. But you'll find the photos actually at the beginning and end of the YouTube. So those of you watching replays on YouTube, and I say this because people ask, they're like, I wish I saw the final product. Guess what, guys? I do. Okay, I take the time. 99.9% of the time. There's days when it gets crazy around here. I homeschool 4 kids, but most of the time the video will come up on YouTube with the beginning and end as my image, okay, my very unexpertise photo of the final product. Those of you on Facebook, you'll see at about 7 o'clock at night a reminder of the replay pops up on my newsfeed, okay, and it says, hey, did you see today's live? This is what we did. Go check it out. Here's the link to make it really easy, okay, and the photo is the photo, okay, my real deal photo. So I would expect if it was a stock photo, it would be far prettier than what I can provide. So let's get started today. I'm going to go to my week. I'm going straight into the calendar. Now my kids, you guys know, 4 days a week my kids cook. I have 4 boys, 12, 11, actually about to be 13, 12, 11, 9 and 7, okay? They cook a day a week. They have their own day to cook. That was implemented this year. It's working well, okay? A little bit of reminders for the younger guys that, hey, it's getting up to lunchtime, have you done lunch? But otherwise, it's going really well, so I can't complain. It is one of their cooking days, though, so they will be in charge of doing the veggies to go with the lamb for dinner tonight, which is what I'm putting this on, okay? But this spice mix is great on anything, even on veggies. It is phenomenal. Roast veggies, oh my goodness, it just lifts the flavor. So yeah, you can have just roast veggies, or you can sprinkle this on top and have that next level roast veggies, okay? So that's what these are for. These are to go in your pantry for when you just want to be a little different, okay? So you can see what they've got on the menu today. They've got scrolls, they've got some chopped chip cookies, they've got vegetable waffles, and here's my spice mix, brown sugar spice rub. Now, I do actually strangely have brown sugar. You guys know that I ordinarily would not have brown sugar because it's something I just buy for Christmas, but I got leftovers, so I'm going to grab that out. By the way, those of you on my mailing list, there's a couple of hundred you guys have already grabbed the download for this month. I ran out of printer ink, so I'm showing you a previous month's one there. But keep an eye out. If you are not on my subscriber list, it will actually go on the blog in the coming days when I get 5 minutes behind a computer. Actually, let's say 25 minutes. Those of you on the newsletter, you've got it in your newsletter. You've downloaded it already. All the links are there. If you pick on the pictures, you'll actually be able to download the individuals. If you want the whole collection, just send me an email. I can actually send you the link to download the whole lot, so it actually comes up on your cookie dough as Lisa's, what they call it, barbecue smoker collection. So that'll actually then show up on your cookie dough. You can then edit it, add to it, all that jazz, okay? So let me know if you want the whole lot. I didn't implement that this time. And if you haven't got it, please go become a subscriber. TMXing Adventures, okay? So I don't bother you, okay? About once a month you get a newsletter from me going, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is what Thermomix in Australia have. Even if you're overseas, that's okay. I just say this is for Aussie people only, so don't worry about that. But the rest is Australia-wide, not Australia-wide, worldwide, okay? Worldwide. And welcome to those of you who do watch on from overseas. Let's get started cooking. I love cookie dough. I love guided recipes. Hello, wake up, Thermomix. Okay, soft brown dark sugar. Now, if you didn't have that, like I've got leftovers from Christmas, okay? Just use raw sugar. I know the recipe's called brown sugar rub, I get it, but don't go shopping especially to buy brown sugar. As I said, we just generally, 99.9% of the time, if a recipe calls for brown sugar, say the kids are making something that does have brown sugar, they'll just put in raw sugar. I'm just pulling this out because I probably had it from Caramel for Christmas. Possibly this Christmas, possibly last Christmas. I'm not sure. Anyway, 40 grams. Oh, 52. That's a little more than I wanted. Let's just take a chunk out. It's very humid here today. That's the reason why I could actually just take out 20 grams in a chunk. It's so hot. And that's actually why I'm coming to you in the morning. I'm finding this room's the west of our house. So by the afternoon, it's hot. It is really hot. So I thought, you know what? Going to come to you in the mornings when I can. The kids have done their homeschooling already. So I thought I'll jump online. Okay, 20 grams of paprika. Now, sweet, smoky, whatever you've got. This is Hungarian style, whatever your preference. My kids really do like the sweet. You might see my scales fluctuating. That's because I'm leaning on this table. In a couple of months' time, I'll actually be back in a kitchen, which will be so exciting. And with the bench tops that don't wiggle and jiggle around. And really looking forward to that, having all the Thermomixes in their place. Okay, I'm sorry you can't see very well off this top one. This is my disco camera. It has a life of its own. Okay, sometimes it'll flick and carry on. This is cocoa powder. It's 40 grams. The spice mix I'm going to bring you tomorrow, I think it's tomorrow, is a very savoury one. This one's a sweet one. Again, it goes with just about anything though. It's beautiful. But yeah, tomorrow's is more of a savoury. What am I aiming for? 40. Okay, let's keep going. It does have salt in it, so as much as I say that it's sweet, it's got the cocoa, it's got the sugar, but it does also have a fair chunk of salt. And it's got some chili, which I'm actually going to add in. You guys know I don't typically do that, but I am going to do that because I think it's going to make this recipe just lift a little further. Cumin, hopefully I got enough, otherwise I'll be putting some cumin seeds in, 40 grams. And this goes. Now you could have this recipe. Nope, don't have enough. That's okay. Let's put some cumin seeds in. If you don't want this portion, like we use our smoker a couple of times a week, so this will happily get used pretty quickly. And when we do a whole leg of lamb, I'm feeding 6 of us, then yeah, this is going to coat probably 4 lambs, so probably about 4 weeks worth. Okay, second last up is some chili. It says 20 grams. I'm not going to do that to my family. They will not love me for that. We'll just go for a little less. Maybe that much. What was that, a quarter of a teaspoon? I do want my kids to still eat the food. And then 100 grams of salt. I use Himalayan, but honestly use what you've got. I've been trying to source some, how do you pronounce it? Celtic salt? That's what I'd like to start using next. I do still have about 3 kilos of Himalayan though, because I buy it in bulk. Okay, on with the lid. Let's mill this together. It's got 2 seconds on speed 7. I'm actually going to go, if I can, quick enough to speed 10, only because I've got those cumin seeds in there. I'd like them to mill down a bit, but I'm not sure if it'll let me go past. Let's try it. There we go. Next. And now it's done. Okay, now if you've got oxygen absorbers, you guys know what they are, those little things that suck the air out of things. If you live in Queensland like I do, I would highly suggest putting them into your jar just to stop it setting together. Okay, you know how in this humidity everything sticks together. If you don't have them, you know what, the vacuum sealed jars from the mix shop, the rectangles are amazing. I know that portion would be fairly big, but they suck the air out, so it sucks the humidity out, so nothing goes off. Okay, by the way, that's coming as a gift with purchase with the Thermomix at the moment. So if you're buying a TM6, you're going to get the vacuum wand, the small one and the medium one for your thermomixing. So in this humidity, it is fantastic. I've put little mini pavlovas in there, not this Christmas, the one before, and vacuum sealed them in there for over a week, and they were like brand new. They were not tacky at all, and we're talking a Queensland humid summer, so yeah, highly recommend them. Okay, love keeping my strawberries and blueberries. We have blueberries on the trees fresh for longer because of it. Okay, now let's talk about how to use this, and I've made mention veggies, proteins, things like that. Now let's talk about, you can then cook your chicken, your veggies in the oven, all right? But as I said, we're implementing, I want to teach you a little bit about how you can use it with smoker, because I know some of you guys do have a smoker, and I know that, you know, maybe your partner, your other half loves their smoker. This is how we can integrate the two, okay? So this here, next step, and I'm not going to do this on camera because you guys know me and handling food, I've got to be next to a sink. Okay, I've got to be able to wash my hands really quick. But what happens next is this gets slathered all over your piece of meat, or your veggies get tossed in it. So put your peeled potato, sweet potato, that in a bag, give it a shake up in there, okay? If you're doing it on a piece of meat, you're slathering it on nice and thick so that it's covered in it. Now with a smoker, I'm going to put mine in a jar for the moment, what I can fit in a jar. With the smoker, it then goes on a low heat. So the idea, if you have no idea what a smoker is, and let's be real, I didn't before Christmas either. So let's have a little quick chat about that. So a smoker is a kind of a barbecue. There's different ways that it can heat. It can be pellet, it can be, what am I doing here? Let's put the lid on as a, you guys know this makes a good funnel. Okay, too much talk and not enough focusing, Lisa. So there's different types, there's gas, and we've got a pellet one. But what it does is it runs at a low temperature, enough to infuse the smoky flavour and the coating into the meat. So if you've ever been out somewhere and you've bought like a brisket, and usually it's a low, slow meat you use, not always though. You can do steak on it and it's beautiful. It's called reverse searing. It's amazing. Sorry, vegetarians out there. We do veggies on it too, okay? I'm sorry, but I'm going to talk about the meat stuff because I like using those cheap cuts and cooking it all day and making it amazing. Now, if you don't have a smoker, you can put it in your Fira-ware, you know, the green Fira from the mix shop. You could put it in that and put it in the oven all day as well. You're not going to get smokiness. You are going to get this flavour absolutely infused in your meat, yes. So you can slow cook cheap meat cuts in an oven, okay, perfectly fine. You can do it in a slow cooker. I don't own a slow cooker, okay, I have a fast cooker. But the smoker has just a different layer of flavour to it, okay, because it does embed that smokiness from it. And as I said, if you've ever bought, say, a brisket out, even the old, you know, I don't know, it reminds me of old, like classy pub meals, okay? So we typically do briskets, legs of lamb, ribs, like the pork ribs in there. We do whole chickens, we do chicken wings, we do chicken nibbles, and sometimes just with salt on them. Sometimes paprika and salt. Sometimes garlic salt, garlic, onion, paprika. If you like chili, you do chili. The kids won't do the chili. We've done parmesan coated chicken, okay? There's so many things you can do, but what the idea is you cook it low, so the low temperature actually infuses it. Ours comes with meat prongs, so you can monitor the temperature all the time. And then when it gets to a certain temperature, you then actually increase the temperature of the barbecue to finish it off. And in the case of the meats that need slow and low, like your lambs and your briskets, you actually then alfoil it so that it creates its own little super hot, but no, not super hot, super moist oven inside, which means that meat, as it's cooking those final bits, because the first part's about smoking the flavors in, the second part is about then cooking it, you get this fall off the bone, absolutely amazing final product, okay? So I've got a couple of rubs from Cookie Doo to share with you. As I said, they're not necessarily just for barbecue and smoking, okay? They are Cookie Doo, they are for the oven. They're great to just have in your pantry. Make sure you label your jar, okay? I'm talking to myself in that as well. As we progress on, you'll see there is the lamb, there is the potatoes, there is I think there's ribs in there is chicken. So I'm going to show you that. I'm also going to give you some of our made up recipes, okay? The ones that we've put together ourselves that just have worked for us over the last 6 weeks since we've had one, okay? So if you have a smoker, come watch on. If you know someone who has a smoker, tag them in this video so that they can learn how to make spice rubs, how to use their smoker differently, how to use Thermomix recipes in the smoker, okay, so that they can kind of partner together. So please do me that favor. If you are watching on and you know someone in your life who has a smoker, tag them in, okay? And if they don't have a Thermomix, you might need to start making spice mixes, okay? And that might be a hint, but hey, would you use your smoker to make me some food, please? But yeah, that's what we're going to do this month. So integrating the two, putting the two together. As I said, I am no complete expert on the smoker. However, we are really enjoying the cleanliness of eating using the smoker, okay? And just being able to use cheap cuts, really, to make amazing food that otherwise, you know, I would have only dreamt of having out, which we don't do very often anymore, ever. So, yeah. Otherwise, I'm going to jar this up. I'm going to put the rest on the lamb. I will share a photo of the lamb later this evening once it's cooked, because it is going to be an all-day cook. You can see how amazing, like spice mixers. By the way, if you ever buy your spice mixers, read the label. You'll probably never be able to buy it again once you have read the label, because you'll realize like there's rice flour, there's agents in there that stop it sticking together. It's not just amazing flavors. They put other bits and pieces in there to make it last longer on a shelf. Okay, so this is dry. This being dry will last, like everything has to have a use by date on it, right? But it's not going to go off anytime soon. It would go thick and lose quality. So most things would probably say, you know, use within 3 weeks, because it's going to clump over time, especially if you don't have an oxygen absorber in there. Okay, but otherwise it's still going to be amazing. I would happily use this later this year. You guys know how I roll around here. That didn't surprise you, did it? Anyway, guys, have a fantastic day. If you've got any questions about, you know, how to use the Thermomix recipes in the smoker, happy to give a go at answering them. Thanks for joining in today. Remember to share these videos, okay? It means the world to me to know that people are getting the most out of their Thermomix, okay? It is a tool to help you in the kitchen, but if you don't know how it can help you, if you don't know that it's so easy to make a spice mix, if it just isn't something you've thought about doing, then to see videos that go, oh, look at this, so easy, and you just go, and a light bulb comes on. It's the aha moments, and that's what I'm here for, to help you get the most out of your Thermomix. All right, so otherwise, have a fantastic day. If I can help you get a TM6 and you live in Australia, reach out. I'd love to be the one to help you get one on the bench and help you get the most out of it, regardless of where you are. And if you've got questions, I'm here to help. But otherwise, guys, take care, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow in another video. But otherwise, go check out the download, or actually the previous downloads, because the current one's not up yet, but over at the blog at TMXing Adventures. But take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.